Hello, welcome back. Now that we have learnt about loops and blocks of code, it's a good time to learn about variable scope. Let's go ahead and create our new class inside our package. Right click, new class. We're going to name it variable scope and create our main method. Now in here, I'm going to create a new variable of integer type, value equals 10. Let's create a new if block, right? So let's say if value equals 10, we're going to actually define another variable called number in here. Okay, number equals 20, and we'll display println of number. Let's save it, quickly run it to see what we get. We got 20 displayed as expected, so that's pretty good. Now let's see if we can change the number to 30 but outside the block. Number equals 30, we get an error and it says number cannot be resolved to a variable, but we have the variable declared here. This is where the variable scope comes in. If you have a variable defined within a block, right, the scope of the variable is limited to only that block. So Java knows about number, but only within this as an integer type, right? When it comes out, it doesn't know what number is. Now you could define int number again here, and it would be perfectly valid. It's not like you're defining the same variable multiple times because the scope of this number is just within this block. So it's perfectly fine to define the same number here and then say system.out.println number. It's perfectly fine. You run it, you get 20 and 30. So this is very important to understand variable scope because you would define a lot of variables in a program. It would be very important, or it is actually very important to realize what the scope of a variable is and make sure you declare it at the right place so that the variable can be accessible in all the places that you want to access. Now, what if, let's say, our requirement is to just have one number and use it in different places? Then we should not declare it in this block. Instead, we should declare it here, and then you don't need these anymore. As you can see, as soon as I typed int number, we're getting errors. Duplicate local variable, duplicate local variable. That's because int number is now here outside of all these blocks, right? So this is now common to any block that you write here because int number is outside. In this case, you don't need these anymore, and you don't need this also anymore. And let's try to run it. You get the same output, but you have only one variable declared number that you're using within this block and also outside this block. So it's very important to understand this, the scopes of variables. Since we wanted to use number in all places and wanted to use only the same variable, we declared it here, but initialized it wherever we wanted. And if you want a variable only inside a block and you know for sure it's going to be used only in that block, it's actually a good thing to just define it in this block so that outside of the block you would not know the variable, you would not accidentally manipulate that variable. So that's basically variable scope. I would really encourage you to try different variables in this flow, you know, and try to use it in different blocks. You can add another loop here and then see whether you can use your variables in that loop and stuff like that. But that's basically variable scope. Thanks for watching.